I'm Dr. Howard Gluss. I'm a clinical psychologist and I'm centered in Los Angeles. My practice focuses a lot on drug and alcohol abuse. I like to say that I like to help people who are struggling with addiction transform their lives, and I do it in a lot of different ways. As I said, I'm in private practice. I also own a company called Concierge Detox LA. My partner is Dr. Daymon Raskin. He's an addiction specialist. And we've teamed together and created programs where we go into the privacy of someone's home, create a detox, a medical detox, and also a individualized drug and rehab program. So we're able to meet specific needs of people. I also have a career in the media. I'm on KBC 790 AM in Los Angeles. I have a radio show on Sunday nights called Engaging Minds. I like to look at our world from a deeper, more psychological point of view. I interview people. That's the focus of the show. And a lot of the focus of the show is also on people who have survived addiction, who tell their stories, and with their stories, they're able to transform and inspire us. We have call-ins, etc. It's a great show. So I'm going to plug the show right now. It's at 8 p.m. on Sunday nights. And I've been lucky and blessed to be able to take that show now to television. We're going to be starting in the end of April on Beyond TV. I'm going to have my own show, again called Engaging Minds, and it's going to focus on addiction. I'm working with Carlos and Lisa. They've had a morning show on KTLA for the last 25 years. They've taken me under their umbrella. I'm going to have a spot on their show. We're going to start by streaming the show, and then it's also going to be available on broadcast, on KDOC, and other stations throughout the country. So this is a great way for me to be able to take my work and to share it in service.
Wow.
Oh, and I also valet park.
And I work for APN Lodge on the local TV. No, I'm just kidding. Well, it's wonderful to have you here with us this week. We've had an amazing week of all different kinds of professionals, and we were really happy that you could join us. Could you tell us a little bit more about your concierge detox practice? That's like an area that I find really fascinating, and we're hearing a little bit more about.
Sure, absolutely. So I had been working, well, it started sort of by accident, the way most people start jobs and ideas. I got hired by a firm who started this concept about concierge detox and rehab. And as I went into it, I thought it was such a great concept because there's a certain population that may not want to go to a facility for various reasons. Especially in Los Angeles, there's people who want discretion and also an individualized program. So as I worked with them, this is where I met Dr. Raskin. I thought this is such a great alternative for a certain group of people. The company ended up going bankrupt, but not because they didn't do good work, because of bad management. And that inspired Dr. Raskin and myself to start our own company. And one of the things I wanted to add that I feel is unique to what we offer, I'm calling it right now the Gluss method, but my focus of work in the sobriety community is where I combine my work as a psychodynamic psychologist and also as a coach. So I'm able to combine both skills and offer a coaching for people, but also be able to add in the therapeutic element. Because a lot of times, if you set up a goal for someone or you're trying to help them transform their lives, there's going to be a lot of resistance, going to be fears and anxieties. A lot of coaching programs don't address those issues. I'm able to go in there in this method I created to be able to address those issues in a comprehensive way, keep people moving, and have our team move with them. So that, again, is a unique characteristic to our program.
And are you able to detox people at home for all levels of detox? Are you able to provide, the real wraparound medical support that somebody might need at a higher level of care?
Yes. So, but there are occasions where we may make a decision and feel like the best place for someone to be is in a hospital or a facility, depending on the individual case. So we definitely take that into consideration, and we work with some facilities in Los Angeles. If that is not the case, the way it usually works is Dr. Raskin and myself and our nursing team will evaluate the client ASAP, because as it is, when you get a call, it's usually in crisis. We will move in, and the rehab, the detox will last about a week. And in that process, I will also get involved as a psychologist, doing intake, trying to figure out what's going on, trying to figure out where the person could be the most, when they can start functioning, basically. And then I'll design a team approach. So we'll use therapists, other psychotherapists with different modalities, coaches, health coaches, etc., nutritionist coaches. And being in LA, we're also able to individualize a program. Here's, for example, I'm working with someone who is a writer and hasn't been able to write because of his addiction. We brought in a writing coach, and the goal we set up was he was going to create a treatment, which is a film treatment by the end of the process. So that writing coach is coming in on a daily basis now that he's functioning. So his rehab also has a specific goal in mind.
It's really interesting. And I would say to you, so once somebody completes detox, are they, the services that you provide, are they wraparound services to help them maintain their sobriety, or are you looking to get them into a treatment program, or do you make this whole process an individualized treatment for each person?
We do offer a whole treatment program. So, for instance, someone will get a schedule for that week. Usually there's a sober coach involved, and that sober coach will live with the client or will come every day depending on the situation. But it will be a minimum of a month treatment, and that I just finished a treatment that was 90 days. Sober coach lived with the person all day. The sober coach brought the person to 12-step meetings twice a day. We had other sober coaches come in. We work with an organization in Los Angeles called Rock to Recovery, started by Wes Geer, who's a friend of mine, been on the show a few times. He has this interesting program about helping people create songs and music in the process of rehab. He worked with the clients, so when they would come in, literally, drums and, and guitars and everything would come to the person's house. So that was something that was very rewarding for that specific person. So it's pretty much the exact same thing you would get in a facility, except you're getting it privately.
That is really amazing. I mean, talk about meeting a client where they're at.
Yeah, literally.
Right?
At their home.
Yeah, and really providing everything that they need. And very, very impressive. We're so happy that you are able to be with us this week. We hope that we can continue to work with you, and we want to stay in touch with you.
Well, thank you very much for having me, and I'm going to plug you guys. I'm very inspired by what you're doing too. I love the idea of how you've included coaching and all these different programs to be able to extend the sobriety and basically the happiness of your clients.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.